Imagine you wake up one morning. The sun's coming up, the air, it kind of smells like rain, and way off in the distance, you can hear a herd of triceratops starting their day. Everything is normal. And that right there is what makes today so terrifying. Because in less than 24 hours from that completely perfect morning, almost everything you see, almost everything on Earth is going to be gone. We're going to walk through the final moments of an empire that lasted for millions and millions of years and see how its end, well, its end was actually our beginning. You know, the world of the late Cretaceous period, it was this masterpiece of stability. The continents were in slightly different places, sure, the oceans were a bit warmer, and the whole planet was ruled completely and totally by dinosaurs. It was a world that just felt permanent, ancient, and safe. I mean, the sheer scale of their time on top is hard to even wrap your head around. Dinosaurs ruled this planet for 165 million years. Modern humans, people like you and me, we've only been around for about 300,000 years. They had us beat by more than 500 times. They were by any measure spectacularly successful, but the universe doesn't really care about perfect mornings. So while life was just going on down below, something was approaching from the quiet, empty void of space. A huge piece of rock and metal, drifting for billions of years, had Earth right in its crosshairs. It had no name, nobody was watching it, and it was about to change absolutely everything. So this thing, which we now call the Chicxulub impactor, it was just sheer, unimaginable force. It was the size of a mountain, about 12 kilometers wide, and it was moving at a speed that's, well, it's almost impossible to comprehend. 20 kilometers every single second. Okay, let's try to put that speed into perspective. The journey from the very top of our atmosphere all the way to the ground took less than 2 seconds. 2. There was no warning, no streak across the sky, no time to even look up. The dinosaurs below had absolutely no idea it was coming. At that kind of velocity, it doesn't really fall like a meteor. It's more like a teleportation event. One moment, it's in space. The next, it slams into the shallow waters of the Gulf of Mexico, just off the Yucatán Peninsula. And in that one silent moment, the world ended. The energy released it's just something our minds can't really grasp. So think about the most powerful nuclear bomb humans have ever built, the Tsar Bomba. This impact, it was the equivalent of 1 billion of those bombs, all going off in the exact same spot at the exact same time. The immediate aftermath was, well, it was hell on Earth, literally. In that first minute, the asteroid and the Earth's crust it hit just vaporized. A fireball hotter than the surface of the sun exploded outwards, triggering magnitude 11 earthquakes on every single continent, while billions of tons of molten rock were blasted straight up into space. But see, that molten rock didn't stay in space. It started to rain back down, all across the entire planet. And as these tiny, superheated droplets re-enter the atmosphere, they heated the air to hundreds of degrees. For about 20 minutes or so, the sky itself, it became a furnace. It literally cooked any life on the surface that wasn't sheltered. But believe it or not, the worst was still to come. The impact kicked so much dust, soot, and sulfur high into the atmosphere that it just blocked out the sun. This wasn't a cloudy day. This was the beginning of a long global night that scientists call an impact winter. And the consequences were catastrophic. I mean, think about it. The old world ran on sunlight, but in this new world, there was only darkness. So the plants stopped photosynthesizing and died. Then the herbivores starved, and then the carnivores starved. The entire global food chain, this thing built over millions of years, it just collapsed in a matter of months. The final body count is it's staggering. When the dust finally settled, roughly 75% of all species on Earth were gone, forever. 3 out of every 4 forms of life just wiped from existence. The non-avian dinosaurs, after 165 million years of complete dominance, were finished. It really makes you wonder, right? In all that debris and freezing darkness, with the entire food chain gone, what was left? How could anything possibly make it through an apocalypse on this scale? Well, the answer was hiding. Underground. Small, rodent-like mammals. Their traits, which had basically kept them in the shadows of the dinosaur world, suddenly became the ultimate survival kit. Being small meant they needed less food, Living in burrows protected them from that heat-blasted sky, and eating things like insects and seeds meant their food source, while it was scarce, still existed. Because over the tens of millions of years that followed, those small, trembling survivors, our very distant ancestors, they would eventually emerge from their burrows into a brand new, empty world. They evolved, they diversified, and eventually they gave rise to primates, to apes, and ultimately to us. And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. This catastrophic event, it wasn't just an ending. It was a violent, brutal, and totally necessary beginning. It just cleared the board, making room for a whole new kind of life to take over. The asteroid didn't just end an era, it started ours. And that leaves us with one final kind of chilling thought. The Earth is spinning, right? If that asteroid had arrived just a few minutes earlier or a few minutes later, it would have hit deep ocean instead, and the consequences would have been vastly different. The dinosaurs, they might have survived. And if they had, would there have ever been room for us? Would we even be here to ask that question?